Good morning. How is everybody this morning?
How are you, Dee Dee? Eduardo, good morning.
Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Kenny. How are you?
Good.
Well, apparently I'm still sleepy.
Good morning, everyone.
Does somebody still have YouTube open?
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
Not here. It must be me. I've been having that issue all day.
Weird.
It just woke me up at 9:57. I was sitting straight up on the couch. I was talking to my husband at 9:22. I just went to sleep. I planted plants yesterday in the heat. It was hot. Getting too old for this stuff, as they say.
No, Jess doesn't have a bad hangover. She's having issues with her fiber. Everybody just automatically assumes that somebody don't show up to work, they're drunk.
Well, that's like when I worked at the prison. That was about the only excuse you could get by with. That was that they wouldn't kind of beat you down emotionally over. You didn't matter if you had to take the kids to the doctor or whatever, but if you said I've had a drink, they couldn't make you come in. So they're calling people at 8 o'clock in the morning. And they're like, I already had 2 beers.
Guaranteed
Like
to
at
get
10
out.
o'clock in the morning, it was like I already had 2. You had to say it or else you had to go in, no matter what was going on. Or either take consequences for it. They didn't let you have a life if they needed to. So good morning to you fellas.
Good morning.
How have y'all been?
I had a good day. Just chilled with Danny yesterday. Did a little cooking on the grill and stuffed mushrooms. Got to partake in a lot of the streams yesterday, so that was nice. Yeah, it's definitely you, Ed.
Yep, it's Eduardo.
I wonder, he's probably on his laptop, and it's the speakers from his laptop right here. No? That's weird. I can't figure that one out. Ah. Oh, do you have your phone muted?
Yep. Phone is muted. Everything's muted. So I don't know what it is.
That's strange.
Yeah. I guess it could be the sound is bouncing off the fish tank and coming back in. Because I have the iPad on. Is it bad? Is it really bad?
It's not doing it while Eduardo's talking.
Yeah,
It's doing it while I'm talking though.
And when I'm doing it.
But
weird.
I've got earbuds in.
Strange.
That's weird. Well, my week, I've been MIA. We had the wake last week, and I was on airport duty, picking people out the running around. And my sister yesterday was the last one that I took to the airport. She's back in PA today. And the parents are the only ones that are here, but my best friend, she'll be taking care of them. That's her parents. So everything is just, I saw you, I would just walk in briefly, say hi. I'm like, I'm here, I'm alive, but, I just couldn't deal with it. And not couldn't deal with you guys, just couldn't deal with every 5 minutes, the phone ringing, I need you over here, I need this.
Right.
Food run, you name it. It was sort of kind of like I was the runner. I felt like I was the, Kenny, what do you call those backstage people in theater?
Is it the Joe Friday guy?
The gopher. Go for this, go for that.
The gopher?
Yeah, the gopher. So it's all right.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
Yes. And
I
said, whatever you want, just let me know what you want me to do. I mean, it was a big wake. He was a Marine, and still will always be. So I just
hoorah, Semper Fi.
Yes, and then I was the last one to speak at the wake because he was a comedian, and I couldn't leave it on a somber note. So I was that. I was I'm also a grief counselor.
Yeah. Well, that's rough. Everybody needs somebody that can just keep themselves together.
Yeah, and my sister said that's me. She goes, "That's you. You're the one that has to do all that." I'm like, "Yeah, right." and I'm not. What's that called? Religious to that extent. God, Jesus, this. I'm not. I mean, there was a Catholic priest there and all that stuff. I left that for them. I just spoke. I mean, 46 years. I knew him for 46 years. Since he was in 6th grade, I was in 8th grade, so you can imagine. 7th grade, actually. So it was a long time.
Yeah. Well, I'm very sorry.
Well, it's done. It's over. Not negative. Unfortunately, cancer ripped him up. He did have the seed after Christmas. Last time we were all together was at Christmas. Then he got the seed, and then this blew up. So he literally in 2 months, stage 4 cancer ripped him apart. So outside of that, there's nothing you could do.
No.
And he was my brother's best friend. The one that passed away on January 11th.
So you and her were best friends, and your brother and her brother were best friends.
Correct. And she's the mother of our nephew. That's how we're all interconnected throughout the whole, the whole world. And so, but we've always kept that connection with her and her mom and her dad and her brother. So, and the funny thing is that, I said at the wake, Henry, my brother, passed away in January, so I know why you left now. So the antics that you had when you were kids, you just wanted to carry on wherever you're going. So wherever you're at, if something breaks and no one knows what happened, we know it was those two, because that's what they would do. They would break things, do things, run away, grab things. I mean, they would eat your candy and run away. They would take your candy right in front of you, both of them, and run away. And you'll never see it again. And they were younger, so they were always just having fun and mischievousness and stuff like that. So it's good memories, and I brought that to that, and it was really fun. But enough of that. What's up for today?
Well, how about let me just say some hellos. We've got to figure out this echo.
Yeah, Justin just suggested if Eduardo's got a set of earbuds, that would probably help. You don't have them? Well, say the hellos, Dee Dee, while he's got it muted. That will probably help for now.
Okay. My first person that I can see is going to be Misfit Reptiles Aquatics. Good morning, Brennan.
Mr. Brennan.
Kitty popped in here early. And Mississippi Hippie. Hello, Sherry. And then we have Sharpie's Fishing Phantoms. Monster Fish Girl. Gal, Miss Laurie. Nano Aquarium Guy. And Rising Sun Aquatics. Good morning, Sunny.
What's going on?
Sky Dancer, good morning. Glad to see them coming back around in the mornings. And 3G, good morning. Hello, Yellowstone Aquatics. I always have to say it, it just pops out. And Janer's Reef, as I like to call her, Janer.
Jaina.
Janer. You got to have an R on the end. Janer. And Miss Susie Q, good morning. Just having herself a cup of coffee. And Ben Backstrom, good morning, Benny. Greg's Planet Tanks, good morning. Chris Howe, good morning. And Dr. Anthony was not invited, he says. Dr. Anthony, you know better. You're always invited. And Victoria Lee Creates, good morning. J. Oliver Guppies and Aquatics. Good morning to you, sir. He's doing work. Uh-oh. Just popped up on me. Uh-oh.
It's jumping on you.
It just did. I found it, I think. Tara C., good morning. Too coolie for schoolie. That's how Jess says it.
Too cool. I just call it too coolie.
Too coolie.
Easier than trying to put all that on a screen when you're saying good mornings. I just say too coolie.
And there's Eduardo saying, good morning to all. I'm echoing like a nut. And if I missed you, I'm very sorry. I'm still squinting because I can't hardly see yet.
Well, you need some of my energy drink here.
No, I can't see it. My eyes, I don't even think I even rubbed them yet. Okay. So
did you guys partake in a few of the streams? There were some good ones this weekend. I got a kick out of old Brooklyn and the P stream. That was a good one. Then I watched Alex put a good one up last night.
I didn't see Alex's. I did see part of Stephen and Brooklyn's because we were doing our backyard thing at the same time. And my husband set off some sort of firework thing that he bought, and it surprised him because it was a whole lot stronger sounding than what the other ones were. And it didn't go very far. It went right close to him. And we were like, oh my gosh. But we didn't have just a few. And just so the kid could, she doesn't like fireworks. She's scared of the noise. And we're reading sign language this morning. This is gonna be a rough morning. I'm not good at it. I know a few sign language pieces, but they only involve fingers.
I'll turn the mic on when I'm listening to everything, watching the chat, so I'm good. The echo, I'm not sure. I don't hear the echo, so it's kind of weird that you guys are hearing echo because there's nothing on. So I don't
know. It's weird.
When you talk, we don't hear it, but when one of us is talking, we hear it.
Well, while you're talking, I'll be muted. Just saying hi to people in the chat, saying stuff like Sharpie calling me Echo Eduardo. Yeah, keep calling me names. I love that.
Who is that? JoJo? Echo Eduardo. That's good. Papa Shrimp might like that one.
I did that already, Sharpie. I already went out, came back. That's not it. It's something else. But
oh, poor guy, man. That's a pain. Have to unmute, mute.
Yes, it is. But he's a good sport, you know. So, I wore my DD's Fin Biz shirt today.
I'm wearing Mr. Alex shirt today.
Well, you know, the funny thing is I was dreaming about trying to get to work because the girl that worked in the office next door had a stream and she wanted me to be in the stream. And it was taking me like 5 hours to get to work. It's like, oh, maybe I should have just woke up from it. But it was like, I'll never get there. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't got to work yet. And I've been riding. It was just weird. So, Kitty, what's your last fish that you got?
Last fish? It's the wolffish. I still haven't bought much since the wolffish.
Okay. And you've been sending out stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm probably up to about 35 orders since I did those 2 videos. We needed to, man. Stuff was getting overstocked. Now my fish in the one tank, I've gotten a bunch of that valve gone, so they're moving around. They're like, yes, let's have another sale.
They're not in jungle prison?
Yeah, it was bad, man. Those poor guppies couldn't even turn around.
Wow. That's pretty tight. If they can't even turn around. They're stuck to the glass, like, hey.
Still got like 4 more tanks of that stuff. I still got to move some more. That valve needs to sell. Atkins Nature Aquariums. What's going on, Ian? He's
Yeah,
just getting
good
off work,
morning.
I'm sure.
Oh,
He works third late shift now. I think he's like 11 to 7.
yeah. That's kind of good though in a way because he gets to see a lot more streams. Even though he goes in for third shift, he still taps into a lot of them kind of even late at night. So he's around more. Maybe it's not good for him, but it's good for everybody else.
Well, if you're seeing him in the morning and you're seeing him at night, he's got to sleep sometime. You're wondering how that's happening.
Oh, he's a kid. He don't need it.
Yeah, you're right.
2 hours, he's good.
When I was his age, I was a United States Marine, so we'd stay out partying all night, then be up at 0500 running 3 miles to start our day.
Yep. Maybe
That's how you got rid
along the way and keep on running.
That's how you got rid of the alcohol back in my day. Ran it off.
My husband too. He said, you gotta do it. And so you muster on, but yeah. Yeah, back in my day I could party till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, come home, get a couple hours nap and go to work. 8 o'clock, be at the desk. Of course, I was not a drinker, so it was probably a little easier for me. I was always the DD. I've always been a DD.
I'm making sure to get
a driver.
caught up on sleep this whole month because I know I'm going to lose a ton, about the 26th down when I'm down there at the ACA. I don't imagine I'll get a lot of sleep down there.
Ian did not work. It was a holiday, so couldn't. Well, and that's the thing. When you go to an event like that, you don't want to sleep through it. So
No.
You want to see as much as you can and see everything that you can and everyone. And so you just keep going, and it's like you nod off, get a little nap.
Skipper's looking into if there's a place that does karaoke close, so we might have a fish fan karaoke night.
Lord. There might even be a full moon shown somewhere.
Let's hope it's just the moon.
Yeah. Well, there might be an arrest coming too, if that's the case.
Danny's already got bail money set up for me.
I mean, you should always have bail money set aside when you travel and know you're going to be doing stuff like that. Because you're not home, you don't know where your people's.
Wait a minute. You're going out to an event about fish, and you have to have bail money?
Yeah.
What are you really? I'm like, what are you releasing? The fish? I'm lost. I'm like,
he's releasing the Kraken.
Yeah, when that I get in all kinds of trouble when that Kraken comes out.
Yeah, I'm not. No. I'm like you, Didi. I go to events. I'm not going there to sleep, and I'm not going there to drink. I'll have a drink. I will sleep, but only when the event's not going on, and make sure I'm up and there so that I can enjoy everything as well. And
well, like with Fishtoberfest, it was the after event that you had to stay up for. I mean, there was, I think, every night here on Friday, Saturday. I don't think we got to bed before 3-4 a.m. every day. So it's everybody hanging out.
Yeah, that's it. And once the event's over, everybody gathers somewhere, and then you go eat or whatever, or fix something at the house, and then you talk for 4 or 5 hours, and then pretty soon it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Then you're like, oh heck, we're already up. Let's have some breakfast. Then you start the next day.
And the person that wasn't involved in the last night staying up, they're calling you at 9 o'clock, wanting to know if you want to go out and eat breakfast.
Yeah.
So,
wait a minute.
Good morning, Terry.
Did you just say you talked for 3 or 4 hours? That's our phone conversations. If we would be together, we would not be at all. When my sister came on Monday, we were up to 10 o'clock in the morning. She got here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Monday. We were up talking until 10 o'clock in the morning. So
I get that.
Yes, that was like, oh my God, we were just everything and anything. So, and we don't drink. Well, I don't drink, or we didn't have drinks. It was just, yes, we know it's my echo, Eakin. But that's basically what we do. And it's like, eat. It's like eat, talk, chit chat, enjoy the event, sleep, eat, chit chat. That's how it is. That's how it is.
That's what you do. And then when you come home, you crash for about 4 days straight because you're so wore out, but you had a great time. You can always catch up later. So,
What's
hey,
going
good
on,
morning,
Mr.
Scruffy
Grant?
City Aquatics.
Grant from Garden Eder is here as well.
Yeah, Grant, Shelby. And I was watching one of Scruffy City Aquatics videos last night, how to make the fish trap. You know, you've seen them before, but you kind of forget about them. And I've got a Cory that I've got to catch. One Cory in a planted tank. So I'm thinking about trying the bottle trick. So I don't want to tear that tank up. I just got it set up a week or so ago.
Yeah, I had to go through that about a week ago. I had one stubborn pleco that I was trying to get out of the tank, and
Well, I rescaped it after I caught the one pleco. Oh, so Eduardo must have got him some Garden of Eder stock.
he got him some swag. I got some of that myself. I got to order a shrimp from him.
I got it. I think it's Saturday or Friday. I'm not sure. It's still there. I haven't opened it. I'm like, I gotta do my fishy things today. And talking about fishy things, I mean, I got water changes. I haven't done anything. I mean, I barely fed the fish during this time. So it was like, oh, ew, I gotta go, but I gotta feed the fish. Boom, 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 boom. But the waters have dropped. The heat has been horrible, 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 horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily everything's okay. The angels are still breeding. The koi are still good. The ones that I worry about the most are the ones that are outside. They're fine. So as long as they're good, we're good. Oh, and then Kenny, you were saying about when Oktoberfest comes around. That's your game. You don't sleep during that time. You got 1,000 people staying in your home, 6 million fish that are there. Danny probably gets 13 minutes of sleep a day.
Oh, trust me, Danny there ain't nobody. We could be in mid-party here, and if Danny's ready for bed, she goes to bed. Danny don't stay up. She's smart. When she's ready, that's like when we were at Fit, I had to get a hotel while there because she occasionally needs her midday, she just all of a sudden everything gets to her, she crashes. So she'll go up and take a quick nap so she'll be able to finish the day.
Oh, well, she's smart.
I
hang right in there like, oh my God, I'm swaying. I'm so tired, but I'm there.
I don't think I can. If I take a nap in the middle of the day, it's an 8-hour sleep. I can't. I'm one of those that if I'm that tired, I won't wake up. So I won't take a nap at all. I can't because I know I won't wake up. Dee, you're the same.
Well, the other day I slept till 3 in the afternoon.
Oh wow!
Now I fell asleep on the couch. I went to sleep late because I've been trying to catch up from being sick. So now I'm having to play catch up, and it's taking me a whole lot longer than what it should. So my husband, he starts waking up at 4:30. So if I go to bed any time near that, I'm going to wake him up. So I just stay on the couch until he's ready to get up. And then after he gets up, I'll go get into bed. And that way, because he'll be in here drinking 100 cups of coffee. And I went in there, went to bed. Well, he went and got them some breakfast, brought me back one of those frappes. I sat up and drank it, set the cup down, and went back to sleep till 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow.
And it's like, well, I saw the last 2 minutes of 2 peas in a pod.
In other words,
they never even saw us said hi because it was so late. They were already closing out.
In other words, Dee, you're just like me. If you take a nap, you're out.
Well, I don't normally take them, but
But I'm saying I don't normally take.
It's been rough.
If I do, I'm out. Literally, I'm out. It's sort of like my normal schedule is from I'm up by 5:30 in the morning. I get home by 5 o'clock. If I take a nap, once I get home, there's no way I'm sleeping till the next morning.
Oh, yeah. If you take a nap, once the sun starts on its way down, That's just an extra long sleep. That's
Yeah.
all.
And so it's sort of like I'm like the fish. If the light's out, I'm out.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
The
morning, Fish
lights don't even
Dreams.
have to go
Just
out.
came in.
Marty. Yep. Now it doesn't. The lights don't have to go off for me, like as Danny does. If the whole house is full of people and I just got to go to sleep for a few minutes, I'll prop up in a chair somewhere and y'all be laughing at me with slobber coming out my mouth because it's going to happen. And,
That's what
and y'all
Danny. She's never
I'll
been
wake
shy,
up with all
man.
kinds of stuff on my face because y'all would do every kind of
When
put
she's ready
lipsticks
for
on
a
my
nap,
eyes.
she's gone. She done.
Mhm.
That's too funny. I was just thinking about. I don't know. I just saw something the other day. The morning show with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. My sister loves that show. We were watching it, and they were having this scene, and she was crying, and all I saw was the mascara and the makeup, and it's all over. I'm like, that's the one thing men don't have to worry about. If women fall asleep and start to cry, it's all the mascara running all over the place. I was like, that was hysterical. I mean, it was an emotional scene, but I was cracking up, and my sister's looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, I thought it was just hysterical. And I'm calling her out. Her mascara's running. Her lips, her what do you call it? Her lashes were up here, and it was just, and it was, and women. I mean, my sister's like literally bawling at the scene, and I'm cracking up. I'm like hysterically laughing. Look at her face. Oh my God, look at the lashes stuck up here. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing. So yeah, watching women sleep is hysterical.
But times are changing, buddy. Times are changing. Men wear makeup
MNC.
nowadays too.
What's going on, MNC? Good to see you.
And JoJo Stanley popped up in here.
He says he's lurking and working.
He's always lurking and working. Scruffy City Aquatics got a new puppy, so they haven't slept much in the last couple nights. Yeah, and that's what happens. My little dog they have been popping off fireworks since Friday night here. And the little dog just don't like them. And so she's been like, you know.
I saw a
You
video.
give them CPD oil, man. That's what they look like. You don't have to worry about the fireworks.
I'm gonna send you a link later on because I don't know where I have it, Didi. But there's a video or TikTok. I'm not sure. It's you tie something around the neck, not tight, just like a leash, and it goes around the body and then goes up to the tail part, and you just tie it up, and it calms the dogs down.
Well, sort of like a thunder coat.
Yes, something like that.
Mhm.
And I go, wow, because I heard fireworks, but my neighbors, they have like 5 or 6, or actually 24, 37 kids across there. And they were fires. I mean, last night was like, oh God. So I literally was like in bed and I couldn't deal with it. I had to put the earpiece in my head so I can listen to some music. And even through that, and I'm deaf 90% of the time, I still couldn't do it. Then they stopped. I think it was at 2 o'clock or something like 10 o'clock in the morning. And then I was like,
Oof.
okay, I can sleep.
Yeah, Scruffy City. I'm a night owl by nature, but having the kid in homeschool, I was having to make sure I could be up. So I was trying to force myself to go to sleep early. And, it's just not working with my natural way. So after a while, like on a Friday night, all of a sudden I've been up all day long Friday. Now I'm up almost all Friday night. Then I want to sleep in late on Saturday. But if they wake me up, I have to get up and then we go somewhere. And then I'm at 11 o'clock at night. It's like, hey, what do we need to start right now? Can I rip down a tank or something? And then, that cycle. And then after about a week and a half of it, you're like, you just aren't worth anything. So I had a thunder coat for my big German Shepherd, but I might need to get another one for the little one.
The thing is that you have this holiday on a Monday, which is really weird. And it just throws everything off. I mean, it's great to have the day off if you're working, but the 4th of July is I believe when we have a celebration like the 4th of July and Mother's Day, it's so much work. There's food, there's grill, there's company, there's visitors, there's this, there's that. So much work goes into preparing for it. It's okay to go visit someone, but when it's in your house, it's incredible. You know, it's just a lot of work, a lot of work.
We'll be having quite a few people over on Sunday because it's our Greater Portland Aquarium Society's cookout. We do it every July, so I'm hosting it this year. So we'll have a bunch of fish heads over, viewing the fish house, and eat some burgers and brats and all that good stuff. I told them we normally will do our BAP auction, but it's been so hot. I told them let's don't chance it this year. There's no sense in the fish sitting out there cooking while we're. Just told them we'll just have a good old time, no fish.
Yeah, you're out there cooking, and the kid and the fish are cooking too. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you know, we do the same thing because, and the way our crowd comes in, nobody say if you say, "Oh, we'll have from 2 to 5." Well, they don't start getting here till 3:30, and they don't leave till 11:30. So you've been ready for them for 2. And
not mentioning the preparation for them to get there. So you've been up since 6. Like you're like, I'm exhausted by 6, and everybody's just getting there. I remember we had an activity, and I specifically on the RSVP, I said, if you're not here by 3, don't show up. We're starting at 3. This is going to last only until 8. And by 8 o'clock, we're saying goodbye. And everybody got there, but everyone got there before 3 and left before 8 o'clock. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the way I worded it or the way I looked at the clock when it was 3 o'clock. I'm not sure. But it was a cookout, but it was a day of the week. I forget what it was. I'm not sure it was Valentine's. It was one of those holidays we're not off, but we took. It was on a Sunday. It was on a Sunday, and we had to work the next day. That's what it was. So I was like, you get here, you eat, you talk, you drink, get out.
Get out.
Eduardo sitting there at the extension cord said, "Okay, time's up." Pull the plug.
Oh, I meant ours isn't starting till 2 in the afternoon, so I imagine I'll still have some stragglers when Danny and I fire up the stream. Maybe we'll get lucky and Miss Shanna will still be here. We'll let her come on up with us, or Ian.
You mean still be here? She's planning on going somewhere?
They're both members of Greater Portland Aquarium Society, so they'll probably be at the cookout on Sunday.
Yeah, she does have a new job, so.
Well, couldn't you just put Ian and Shanna on the spit and cook them out? Share them. That would be good.
I don't know. Miss Shanna's pretty crazy.
I'm telling you, you'll go there. I had something. No, it's not appropriate for morning show.
I didn't say it in that sense. I was just literally saying that, how Ian is always on. You can share him that way. He's
yeah, we got it.
Yeah, you can do it that way.
No, right now, Eduardo, everybody's wondering what was going through Miss Dee Dee's mind. We're all like,
So everybody got it except Dee Dee. She went that way. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That's
that's just the way it is.
I just think that gatherings are meant to enjoy each other and have a really good time, but be very conscious of where you're at, and like in the morning show, we got to watch our words and stuff like that and on that kind of stuff. Other shows, we don't care. It's not that kind of thing. The host says that it's good to go. But it's sort of like if you're visiting for like you haven't been there. We had a dinner Thursday, and we were seeing cousins that we had not seen in decades. That I didn't recognize about 60-70% of them, because when I last saw them, they were older already, so now they're like ancient. I'm old, and then the ones that were like kids, they're old, and I don't recognize. And my sister, no, you remember? And then I was like, literally, if I had a notebook to write down people's names and faces, how I remember them, that's how I do it, because it's like I have no idea. And you and then the show of it all is they recognize me. I haven't changed. I still look real pretty, like I'm still 16, I guess. I don't know. So it's kind of weird. They recognize me. Oh, yes, you're so and so. And I'm like, who are you? I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But when you have people like Shanna and Ian and Kenny in the same room, and you got a barbecue going, Spitfire has to go up and put them in there. That's what you got to do. I'm just saying.
Lord. Ian,
Yeah, you know what what you
go
see
to his
on
mother's house.
what you see on the streams is normally what you get with both of those cats. They're fun to be around.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So Spitfire on them, it wouldn't change the dynamic of who they are, because they're always saying and doing, and I can still see Ian on the Spitfire flaming on the rotisserie, saying just literally talking about plants in their Latin terms. As we put oil and butter on top of him with some garlic, he's still spewing Latin plant names. That's in my head. That's what I say.
Yeah, I usually sit back and just listen to it. Him and Ryan from PNW. You get them talking. They'll talk for 3 hours on one plant. I mean, they just get into it. Danny gets into Ryan. It. Yeah, he's just taking a break. He's got a lot of other stuff going on in his life right now that he's taking a break. He's still, I mean, just the job he does for our club is a lot of work. I mean, he's the treasurer, so he has to keep all the accounts going, making sure nobody's stealing money from us and all that good stuff.
Yep. Well, I was in a organization, and we had one person that he was always adamant that he was always going to be able to be the treasurer, because he'd done it so many years, and blah 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 blah, and they always voted him in as treasurer. But guess what he was doing?
Milking
he was
it.
Embezzling. They called him.
Ryan, he stepped up at a time we really needed him, so we appreciated that. The guy that was the treasurer, Mr. Roger, had been doing it for like 10 years straight, and he was just done. I mean, he wanted to be able to not have to be to a meeting unless he wanted to be, type of thing. But you can't blame the guy. 10 straight years.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed some of the clubs, and I was in a horse club, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my wife and I are. It's my last year as president, so she's looking forward to us having to be able to just come, buy some fish, and leave. That's it. So
I usually ended up with the secretary position or either the treasurer, because I was secretary of my career at that point in my life. So they're like, "Oh, she can do it."
We've already told her.
You were club is without wanting to be volunteered, in other words.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you don't know how to say no. You don't know how to say no, Dee Dee. So you're like, okay, I'll do it. I'll squeeze in the last 5 minutes of sleep that I had, and you would do it.
Oh, well, see, the thing is, in stuff like that, if you know how to automate computer stuff, half the battle's already done. Where a lot of these people were doing everything by hand, for 30 years. Well, me, I'll figure out how to do labels and, merging and all that kind of stuff. So, plus back then I could type probably 90 words a minute, so it didn't take me long to type up something.
Yeah.
That's back when I still had skills.
You still got the skills, woman, so cut it
Oh,
out.
no. I can't type like that anymore.
Oh, Who could at our age? I mean, we're what, 36, 37? No,
Yeah, but see,
for the teenagers.
What I learned to type on was a manual typewriter, which is a whole lot different than a tablet keyboard.
Wait. What? Not even. You know how I type when I do my lesson plans and stuff? I hit the mic and I literally just type. I speak and the Word document writes it out.
Oh yeah.
And then I go back and edit it in case there's missing a comma or a period or a semicolon or a apostrophe. I'll just go. But now these fingers, they don't do no walking. They're like sitting back twiddling, or flipping over as I'm reading stuff. That's the way I do it now. Is it because I'm lazy? No. Is it because I don't know what I'm doing? No. It's because it's easy. When life is made easier, follow through on it. Look, just like you. Well, not exactly, because I used to get to the class earlier, so I used to get the only electronic typewriter in the typing class. But 60, 75 words a minute was easy for me. But on the manual, these were the fingers. Dee. These were the fingers. Tick, 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 tick. I couldn't use all of them because of the pressure. I don't know. I just didn't have the strength in my fingers. I guess I needed the dumbbell. What is it? Dumbbell for fingers to get hard. Yes, I couldn't do it. It was horrible. But that's how I see it. Now, anybody in chat who does not use a word or speak to type, let us know.
Well, see, it does not work for me. Good morning, Papa Shrimp, and good morning, Paul McCarthy. The thing is, I'm going to type something to you. Let me see. I'm going to talk something to you, Eduardo, and then I'm going to show everybody what it looks like. I spend more time correcting.
I just texted myself. I don't even bother with the word, that voice stuff.
That's the wrong thing. I don't do it. I'm going to try to say something to Eduardo that's going to make some kind of sense, but we'll see how it works out.
It's going to work perfect now because you're trying to prove a point.
Well, it corrected itself, but it did throw water in there. I saw water for a second because it said that's going to water some kind of sense. And I thought I sounded perfectly clear.
Yeah. In other words, what you're saying is because of your accent or your twang, but whatever it is picking up, it's just picking syllables and automatically like, word instead of Edward, or because the tonality of your voice is it fluctuates high, low, high, low, high, low.
So if somebody would come up with an app that will understand a Southern accent, you'll make $1 million.
That's right. Well, they should have that app where you can do settings. Southern, super Southern, because there's a super Southern that
Southern, Hickville Southern, super Southern, so Southern we don't know how far it goes. Yes, that kind of. And then also, if you go up north, you have accents up there. You got that Boston accent. You got that Southern mixed in with that Boston. And I'm like, okay, that's not even the Boston accent. I don't even know what the sound that was. That sounded Southern to me. But it's sort of like, or the Australian accent. I'm like, you gotta go. There's accents all over the world, but here in America, because English is, by the way, coming from an English teacher, you do know that the most difficult language to learn is English. You do both know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kenny?
Oh yeah.
All right. I mean, we got more words. We got more definitions for the word more than we mean more of. Think about that for a second. Spell more 5 or 6 different 7, 8 times, and it does not mean the same thing. It's something different. You tell that to a person who's learning the language. Can you give me some more? And they'll bring you like the moat, which is the moor around the castle, and then they'll bring you rocks from it because they're thinking that's what they learn more is. Oh, it's horrendous. It's just so difficult. especially as a second language acquisition teacher, educator to the student, and then you got to explain to them. There's this more, there's that more, there's this too, there's that too, there's this too. I mean, how many twos do we need, people? I mean,
Yeah.
and that's why it's so difficult.
One of my favorite accents in the America here is the upper Wisconsin and Minnesota accent. They got the "don't you know?" I don't know if you ever heard anybody that's from that area, but they got a distinct accent. I can catch it every time. Blows people's mind. I'm out here in Portland. If I'm selling somebody a car and they start with that accent, I immediately say, "So are you from upper Wisconsin or Minnesota?" They said, "How do you know that?"
Not only that, it's they use phrases that is so regionally identified. You can today we hear the word dude. You've heard of dude. Hey dude, how you doing? Can anyone locate where it was originated from, dude?
Texas.
I don't know. Where you said Texas?
I think it was Texas, yes.
When I think of dude, I think of those two idiots in the film Dumber and Dumber. Not Dumber and Dumber. With Keanu Reeves. It was a blonde and Keanu Reeves. Yo, dude. Yeah, dude. And I think of Portland, Oregon when I hear dude. Just saying.
Yeah, we don't say that much around here anymore. But you know what? When Graham on Aquarium Adventures talking, I don't even care what he's saying. I'm like,
and we don't call people dude here. It's bro. What's up, bro?
It's so soothing. But here, I've noticed in a lot of the YouTube, they're calling the ladies bro. Like they're, you'll have a man and girl video where they're playing pranks and stuff on each other, and you'll be like, look, bro. It's like, and he's talking that to her. It's like, well, I thought bro was short for brother.
And the thing
it
is,
changed.
Bro. Yeah, Sharpie said it. Wayne's World. That's right. And I thought that was
Wayne's World.
That area. That's because I was like, dude. I don't even think about the word. Just the concoction of the word D-U-D-E, dude. Where does that come from?
They were portraying. They were Canadians. They were supposed to be Upper Peninsula, Canada.
Yeah, right. Vancouver area, right next to Seattle, Washington. It's right there, It's all in there. it's all right there, so stop arguing. Dude came from here, and then it trickled down to L.A. That's all I said.
Dude, where's my car?
Dude, where's my car? Yes, Joe.
Yeah.
Exactly. Bill and Ted's Adventure. That's another one. But the thing is that words, you remember back in the day, a couple of decades ago, where people would use, and I was in Newark, New Jersey, so words mean something or meant something, and they would use the word ain't. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't doing that. And
doing
back
nothing.
in the day, it was not a word. You look it up in the dictionary today,
It's true.
And we had teachers yelling at us, stop using that word. That's not a word. Mm-hmm. You don't know. That's not a word. And then now you look it up. I can't say that to my students because it's in, and they'll literally go, it's in Google. Look, Google it, Mr. O. It's right there. And I'm like, dude, don't tell me. I'm just telling you. Yeah, I use the word dude. So it's like that.
Good morning, Red Laser. Bunny Viper, Vinoski Fishkoto.
I would say the strongest southern accent that I know in the fish fam, Mississippi Hippie, would have to be Griffin's Fish Room. That boy's got a draw.
Yeah, he does. But the first time I heard Skipper, I went, oh, he's from where I'm from somewhere. I heard it. And when Brian from Motor City Aquatics, when he spoke, I said, oh, he's so close to where I'm from. And they both were. So you do hear it, even though I've been gone a mighty long time. Dude, bro. And you have to say dude with some bass in your voice. Dude. You don't say dude.
It takes me about a week after I've been home visiting. My wife minute I get back from visiting back home, she picks up. I pick up the accent in the week or two that I'm back there.
And that's right, Sherry. Ain't is to a word nowadays.
Today, Mississippi, Sherry, today it is. You find it, it's there. There are words that were what's called slang words or regional words that were not in the dictionary back when I was being educated. Today, those words are in there because we've adapted them into the lingo. There are words. There's a Southern word. You buzzard, boy. You buzzard. A buzzard to me. A buzzard to me is like the vulture, the buzzard. You buzzard, boy. I never heard that, but down here in Florida, you buzzard, boy. And I'm like, what the heck are you saying? I have no idea. I had to ask some neighbor next to the bar. Then, of course, it wasn't a bar, but it meant something completely out of what I was thinking. But and it meant that they were hungry. No idea. It meant they were hungry. You buzzard boy. In other words, instead of saying you hungry, no, you're buzzard boy. You need to eat. I was like, because they were. I've never heard that one. Yeah, okay. You'd be amazed. This is Florida. There's stuff that comes up that I have no idea. So it's just weird. And then, of course, you got the Latin words coming into the Spanish words coming into like our world or the English language. Because where does taco come from?
I would assume somewhere in Spanish descent.
Right. But I mean, taco. You say, hey, Eduardo, I want some taco. You know what taco is to me? Heel. The shoe part of the shoe, heel. Taco. The taco is the heel of the shoe. So, if you're wearing stiletto heels, the heel, that's the taco. In other words, I had no idea that tacos meant, like when Taco Bell popped up, I thought they're selling heels. I thought it was a shoe store. Back in the day, that's what you thought. Or, what's that word for? Oh God, the innards of a cow. In English, the stomach of a cow.
The guts.
The stomach walls. They actually make food out of that. It's a dish.
Oh yeah.
Menudo is what I've always called.
Menudo, yes, menudo. When you said you want some menudo, when you asked me, a Puerto Rican, menudo to me meant that little boy group of kids who were singing. Menudo, the group with Ricky Martin and all that. So you're trying to serve me kids? I didn't get that. And then again, the language, because it's regional and menudo, and then in English it's called tripe, Tripe, tripe.
Yeah.
So I knew tripe, but his bunny viper, yes, tripe, or in Mississippi, tripe. I was like, you're serving, menudo. And if you even go further, menudo actually means change. Like, I give you $1, you give me some change. It costs $1, you give me 51 cents back. I'm not good at math. So that's cambio, menudo, cambio, same thing. So again, words, definitions, kind of how things like ain't get in there. Ain't a word. So I think JoJo wrote that down. Ain't a word. Exactly. So, and we had arguments. And then, of course, boiled tripe with onions. They're sharp. Why is he always talking about food? Didi, you know him better than I do. He's always putting food up there. But again, cultures have entered into our world. I mean, come on. Jesse has a Southern accent.
Yes, he does.
Accent. I'm trying to figure out Kenny's accent, but then he's all the way on the West Coast.
Well, you're going to get confused, bro, because I grew up in Chi-Town area, and then I moved here in 98. So I've been a little bit of Oregon, a little bit of Illinois still in me. So my accent's kind of evolved over the years.
Yeah, but when you speak, Kenny, you sound like you're from New York, man. Except for the York part, you sound like you're a New Yorkian.
Well, that
Yorkian.
New York
that
kid.
problem arose when I was in the Marines. In my barracks, I hung out with two guys from Boston. We went everywhere together. But the cool thing is, I had those guys from boot camp all the way till I got out. So us three were always together. Those guys would get me in so much trouble.
Uh-huh. So the thing is that when people try to locate my accent, where it's from, I'm in Puerto Rico teaching in Spanish. I'm Puerto Rican, 100% born, right? The Puerto Rican kids or my students were like, you can't be Puerto Rican. You don't sound Puerto Rican. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then everybody in Jersey, it's like, you sound like you're from Boston or from, I'm like, I was raised in New Jersey, but in linguistics course, I had a linguistics course, and the professor said that I literally had a fabricated voice. Like I actually made up this voice somewhere in my subconscious because I didn't want to sound like my mother or ethnic. I was like, really? There's a button you can click that you can change your speech patterns and stuff like that. But that's what she said, that I had a fabricated voice. And I was like, I don't, is there a country named Fabrication that I came from? Because I don't consider myself Spanish. I don't consider myself Latin or Latino. I am Caribbean. I am from the Caribbean side of the world. The south side of Puerto Rico is the Caribbean Ocean. So I'm Caribbean. I'm not, Hispanic. I don't know where Hispania is. I know where España is or Spain, but where's Hispania? That's an American government-made word, a label given to us by, I don't know, someone else who does not speak.
Well, Hispania is the opposite side of Herspania. We had a few come in. Let me say hi to them real quick. We have Atomic Injection 47. Good morning, A-Tom. I saw Petra Man pop in. We've got
Greg,
Brian, Aquatics, and more than likely Roxanne, John McKenzie. And that's it for everybody saying hi. And we also got a $5 super chat from Greg 3G. So Jess is going to have to get to work. And here she goes. Oh, are you dancing too, Kenny?
I danced so much that I knocked my camera off.
Shaking that thing. Shannon, we believe it's Eduardo's, but we can't stop it. So we're going to roll with it, whatever.
There's my Shanna.
Kenny has plans for you, Shannon. Oh, Lord.
Shanna.
And if you see a fire pit starting up, Shannon, run. And Wayne's Aquatics, good morning.
I wanted to say Semper Fi to Petroman. Semper Fi, brother.
Yes, sir. We've made it over the first hour of the show.
Really?
Yeah. So let me see, what would Jess do if she was here? This is what she's going to do. We'll be right back, y'all.
Hi, Fish Fam. Are you struggling to gain new subs or followers? Would professional graphics, captions, and ads help you to sell more products? Perhaps you need a marketing strategy that works for your business that is also cost-effective. You're not alone. Millions of businesses across the world struggle with this problem. Good marketing plans, poorly executed, cost businesses billions in lost revenue each year. What is the solution? The Social Media Lady, a digital marketing agency. This team of seasoned marketing professionals works with your small business to plan and deliver a solid blueprint to drive more traffic to your website, YouTube channel, and social media. You can check out our work right here at the Aquatic Morning Show, as we currently provide their social media marketing as well as the majority of their graphic design services. When you decide you're ready to level up, schedule your free consultation at thesocialmedialady.com/fishnews.
Wow. And now we're going to go into the members only stream that Stephen P. 2003 has made it, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
It's a live ever mosh pit. So watch it, don't knock it, drop and fry every day, ain't gon' stop it. People saying hey and whoa and take it slow, it's out of control, but they don't know I got 'em a loving biome. Nature! So leave it alone, they're doing fine in a happy home. Making babies with their fathers and mothers and sisters and brothers is kinda gross, but you know that's the way it goes. Now I'm in the midst of a colony blitz. It all started with the batch of fry. The mama died, but the baby survived and grew up and thrived. Then the guppies kicked the breeding into overdrive. What was accidental and incremental blew up into an exponential and totally mental experimental hit. And the fish police threw a fit. I guess they just couldn't handle my live bearer mosh pit. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spine or time to hear you whine. Stop the fish police! I'm making hybrids I desire to acquire and combine entire lines designed to inspire and surprise and advertise the rise of my monkey fighting live bearer empire. You're looking all distraught, you think it's overstocked, but you got no shot to sway me, you're an afterthought. Yeah, I got guppies getting blitzed on duckweed. Had enough of these, well they don't stop and neither do we. You might call it a challenge, it's a foot per gallon. Your rationale is sound, but it's a little unfounded, 'cause I'm gonna be crowned as the best flippin' mud guppy breeder around on this earth. And my mutts, I assert, are gonna make you a convert to a chaotic tank that doesn't take much effort or the hand of an expert. Look, all I did was rap and 5 guppies just gave birth. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish food. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun. I got the new genetics for the color theoretics, a different aesthetic. It's cosmetic and frenetic. If you don't get it, I do. I got a vision, it's eidetic. And your derision, well, it's really quite pathetic. Uh-oh. Now you see a bunch of platies, they're looking fatty. You think it's fatty, and the plants are overgrown, getting kinda ratty. It's alright, little laddie. Just look me in the eye and tell me who's your daddy. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish food. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun. Yeah. You think I give a fudge about some algae? What, you afraid of shiznit getting too natural up in this biznatch? Good sir, dispose of your TDS meter, for it measures organic and inorganic solids, and it's more beneficial to learn the chemistry of your water. Thank you very much. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish poo. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun.
Love that song.
Do you hear me okay now?
Yes. How about, yeah, we are working.
It could be, like I said, the background, the glass reverberating, the sound that could be. Because everything is on mute, literally. Even the YouTube, it's on. I stopped it, but I just use it to type.
Okay.
Going
Well,
on. But as
sometimes you just got to reboot when you can't figure it out.
I'm not hearing any echo now.
Yep.
Either.
Or in your case, re-stiletto, not boots. You use stiletto, so.
Back in the day. Now I'd break my neck.
No longer use stilettos, going back to the heel.
Yeah. Now they're like flat. Yeah.
Shoot, man, I used to wear cowboy boots, man. I'd be 6'10" with those babies on.
Yep.
Oh, I still have my first pair of cowgirl boots I ever bought.
I gotta go buy me.
Just can't part with them. Just can't. They were like, oh, I bought a pair of boots, and then 2 weeks later I got a horse.
I'll be the only guy down at Fishtober or down to the Triple Crown in cowboy boots and Daisy Duke shorts.
Well, now that might be true, but I bet you won't be the only one in boots, cowboy boots. But the Daisy Duke shorts.
When he said Daisy Duke shorts, I kind of threw up a little.
In your throat, even.
It just like the little sippy thing that I was like, it just came back up. Daisy Dukes, no, Dan, no. Kenny, no. You know who I can see in Daisy Dukes though? There's a few people on our channels that I definitely can see in Daisy Dukes. Sharpie, definitely would love to see him. Oh yes, with a bunch of pleco designs on the little short thing. Yeah, that would be great. You know who else? Daisy Dukes, JoJo.
I can see JoJo.
I can see him doing Daisy Dukes. Yep. But you remember the Daisy Dukes? I mean, I love the Dukes of Hazzard. But she used to wear this little blouse, and it had like strings on the bottom. It's like little knots. It was like ripped apart. And I love that outfit. I love the way that looked, and she looked good wearing whatever she was wearing because she was just a gorgeous woman. Good morning, but it was definitely exciting. But Kenny, I'm sorry, no. I'm sure
forgot somebody though. The other one I think would be crazy enough to show up at an event in those kind of shorts is Eric Wyrock. Tell me he wouldn't. That dude is nuts. That boy did a video for Steven in a full-fledged dress, so I know he ain't got no problem throwing some booty shorts on.
And the thing is, the whole time he was singing, he was wanting to pull that dress up.
I know.
Yes, but what the weird thing was that dress looked like it was my grandmother's dress. It was an older lady dress. I don't think he pulled that out of his wife's mama's, something like that. I'm sorry, it was just like it was hilarious.
Now that's rough. That's rough, Joseph. That's getting rough.
Well, Kenny, when you want to shut down the party, just come out dressed like that. Everybody will be like, "Oh, we'll see you later. We'll see you tomorrow."
It will blow up YouTube. It will blow up YouTube, literally.
Oh yeah. Well, you can always count on Eric to make something fun.
I'll tell you guys something. I think the Triple Crown will probably be the most coverage ever from the YouTube. There are so many YouTubers descending in this one location. I think there's going to be a ton of coverage.
I agree.
Our echo is back.
Weird.
Maybe we have a spy in the midst.
Yeah, I think there's somebody right there at Eduardo's place. They got an extra microphone messing with them. It's the government, Eduardo.
Big Brother is watching you, Eduardo.
Hey, I teach that book, 1984.
The Hispanias are coming to get you.
Oh God, dude, you're too funny. So much coverage. I won't have to cover anything.
Hold on. Right now, I'm going to correct that. If everybody has that same attitude, Brennan, nothing will get covered. Everybody that's a YouTuber, take the time and shoot video, man. Because I'm telling you, if everybody has that same idea in mind that, oh, Kenny's going to do it, or Steven's going to do it, or this guy's going to do it, nothing's going to get shot. Because if everybody assumes that, everybody's good, we're not going to have any coverage. So go live, do some video, have fun, and share your experiences so everybody sees. Because there are some folks that either can't afford it or their medical issues in life won't allow them to hop a plane or whatever. You know, I feel it's almost my obligation to make sure we get them covered.
And I 100% agree. When the first Aquashella that I saw with all the YouTubies and Shanna, I believe, was there. I think it was Dallas, if I'm not mistaken. And there was just a massive amount. And James and, oh my God, what's his name? Rob, Jan Aqua. They were all doing it. I was literally frustrated that I didn't go. And it was just wonderful seeing everybody showing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Even if it was a little bit repetitive, it was something different to watch. Because it was like you're bringing us to the event. You know one that I really love too, Kenny? Ian. When he was live, when you had the fish swap up at Bumble Santa Luca, where you guys are at. Oregon or Seattle or, you know, Hawaii, I forget, Alaska. And he literally, you guys were giving away, and you had, I think it was Dr. Anthony who was the speaker, if I'm not mistaken. And I love that. I mean, here I am, you know, 17,000 miles away, but I was right there watching, listening, enjoying it. So that kind of stuff you bring in. You know, you bring in the audience, and I think that was awesome as well.
That's true. Now, see, like Steven says, when he goes somewhere, the first time he just wants to enjoy the experience. And then the next time, maybe he'll do recording.
Well,
but I would imagine after 4 or 5 days, you've gotten over the experience a little bit, so you'll start recording.
His first Fishtoberfest experience, he's being put to work.
Well,
we want to hear that boy rap. We're going to have some fun. And I will be going live while he's rapping, trust me. I might even be up there dancing with him. I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is, while the song was playing, me and Kenny were back here doing our thing.
I'm telling you guys, I try to hide it, but I am extremely excited about Steven doing his thing. I just can't wait. I just hope all the audio goes well. That's my only fear. Audio sounds good and everything. That's the only thing that freaks me out a little bit. Is the audio going to be good, you know? But it don't matter.
But also,
you don't have a sound system, or is it just basically you set it up yourself?
The hotel is helping us with sound, but is their sound more set up for speaking, or is that sound going to be okay for music? Exactly. I do have some backup guys coming to help me that are pretty knowledgeable on how to make this stuff work. So
you need some buffers. If it's a singing, you just need a couple of buffer speakers, and that'll be fine. I think that's all you need. But again, it's the enjoyment of having the fact that when you're doing a show and you're watching it, they're just echo is really bad here. He's on my living room. Fishy dreams. So I think it's sort of like you have to have that balance where, yes, you go and enjoy it. Like when I went to Aquashella with Jesse, well, not with Jesse, but I was there with Jesse when Jesse was there. It was maniac. I went, did my thing, went, said hello to everybody, and then I wanted to tape and do this, and I did a little bit of videos, and I took more photos, and I was like, that's what I wanted to do, because it was my first time meeting everyone that I did, and I wanted to enjoy, personally, I wanted to enjoy that experience. But now next time, I'm taking out the camera, I'm going to be doing this, that, showing everything so that everyone else is also included. And that's going to happen to us when we go over to the Clash, obviously.
Next year, I plan to hit some Aquashellas too. I haven't never been to an Aquashella. I think I'm going to hit Chicago next year.
Well, if everything stays okay, we're going to the Clash this year. We had to cancel out on Aquashell the last month. My babysitter broke both wrists, so we didn't go. And but as far as I know, everything's still on good for the Clash. Because even if something happens, we're just going to drag her with us. Because it's like, okay, I'm not going to cancel again. So that's what we're going to do.
That's
I
another
can't
one.
hardly wait to see everybody. You know,
I would like
that's
to
gonna
hit
be
the
my
Clash
chance.
too. That's another one I'd like to hit one of these years.
Well, it's a good smaller one, I think, because I thinking that we'll have more time as YouTubers. Well, I pretend to be a YouTuber on YouTube, but we'll have more YouTubers time instead of all the stuff going on around because it's not as big. So I think it'll be
Well, that's what
more
was
bonding
enjoyable
time.
about Fishtoberfest last year, is it's more of a personal event where you can kick back and actually pick these people's brains and have, you know, a good time while doing it. That's one thing I thought was fun. And then the Daniken parties, for having everybody over, and I mean, it was a blast.
Yeah. What was it? I saw Steven's comment like he was going to be staying at your house. What was that comment about yesterday?
I can't remember. Steve.
He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be in that house." Did you have haunted house or something?
Oh yeah, we do. We have had to have this place cleansed twice. So that's not a joke. This place,
yeah,
the whatever you want to call it, paranormal people came out, and then they brought like some Indian medicine man came out with sage and all that. Then they had some other dude that specialized in this. And anyway, they determined that there's a room downstairs, what I call the big boy room. That's where I've got all the large tanks with all those bigger fish in it downstairs. They think that room is a portal. So
salt.
we start talking
large granules of salt because we have to sit them out too.
So now that I know that Steven's terrified of ghosts, maybe I'll set him up with a cot in that room for a couple of days.
You've got so much time to get that room ready for Steven.
Oh yeah.
Have somebody come in there, put some stuff.
I think we'll probably most likely stay here Friday night. And I'm thinking I'm most likely going to get hotel rooms for Saturday because most of the people will be at the event Saturday night. Depends if we do a party here Saturday night or not. If we're doing a party here, then we'll all stay here because I don't want to be driving back and forth if we all been drinking and stuff like that. So, Foxy Fishes, what's going on, girl? Good to see you.
Good morning, lady.
I love me some Foxy.
Tom says to put a towel between the speaker and the glass, and it usually cuts it out. We'll see if that works. It'd be nice if it does.
It must be.
It's driving me crazy.
I'm thinking whatever device he's using, it's just the device speakers what we're hearing.
Yeah. Okay, I put a big seat cushion in the back. Is that better?
Well, it doesn't do it when you're talking. It does it when we're talking. But it seems to have taken care of it.
It did it, man. Don't hear nothing.
How about the chat?
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
In the chat, here's the feedback. Let's see.
No, it's not there.
Good morning, Roxy. Foxy Roxy.
Atomic Ejection says, ha, ha, ha.
Well, apparently Atomic Ejection knows a thing or two about some sounds.
Reverberating.
So might be somebody to ask a question to.
So take notes, Dee. Ask and sound system, ask Atomic Injections.
Look, I will forget it. I'll be like, what was that question that time? Hey, at my age, it's always about Post-it notes.
Sticky notes.
Got to have them. And good morning, whippersnapper.
Hey, Whippy.
Let's get tanked.
Do we have Alex's stream to go today or no?
No, we do not have one today. That was something that Jess had. But we do have the new coffee cup video, since we have some new coffee cup sponsors. So let me see if I can share that with y'all.
Excellent.
All right. Got his head. Gotta brush these things and find something to wear.
God. Nice. Super nice.
Now you know why I was asleep this morning.
That's what you were doing. You were setting that up, weren't you?
Well, I had to do the live streams for today and tomorrow, and then I had to do that because it's like, oh, I forgot all about the coffee cups thing because Annette sent me the individual cups, and so then I had to make them. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it till like 12:30. It's like, gosh.
Sticky notes. Sticky notes in the forehead. When you look in the mirror, sticky notes in the forehead.
Well, see, I went out and we did the fireworks and all that kind of stuff. And then, it's like, okay, I got to do my live stream. Did, and there were so many questions because I felt like so many of the streams are wrong this time. And they probably are, but I had to go with what's on the calendar. So, unless I was able to make contact with the person instead. But I was going to say something and forgot it. So I remember what it was now. Yeah, the sound's back, Eduardo. Oh, Sharpie. Did I hear mention of salt and sage whilst I was elbow deep in platelets? Yes. I have to put out a plate full of very large grain salt because we have a visitor. And wherever the salt is, they don't go. I know some people may not believe that, but that's up to you. But we have a visitor. So I have salt in the back 2 bedrooms.
Oh, you deal with that issue too, huh?
Yep. And at my old house, I had a man that would come in the hallway, and the little kid, she was like 3 at the time, 3 or 4. She said, Dee Dee, who's that man right there? And I'm trying to pretend like he wasn't there. I said, what man are you talking about? She says, the man right there. She saw him too. And and it was so freaky in that house. I put a lock, one of them little like screen door locks on my attic door because it would be through the attic. And, so that way nobody could come in, even though they couldn't get in there anyway, unless they cut a hole in the roof. But it was just so unnerving. And I was doing some work in my living room, and all of a sudden, I had pulled off all the old baseboards, and this picture fell down and rolled out into my living room. And it was this man that he used to live in the house, and his grandson would walk through the neighborhood from time to time and say, "My grandparents used to live there." And
we actually had an experience on my
Yeah.
stream Sunday.
yeah, I
I
saw
was-
the TV kick on.
Yeah, the TV just kicks on. I think this time it's her sister is who I think it, because she was always notorious for playing pranks on me. So I truly believe it's her sister is who's here now. So
Yes, Sharpie said the shadow woke him up at 4:30, shaking him on the elbow. I've had one touch my leg, and it's like I'm not asleep, so I know I'm not asleep. Eduardo, are you ready to come in?
we
You're still working.
the reason we even got the people out here to get rid of them is I have those heat lamps in one of the bathrooms where you have to screw them in now. This ain't something you just falls out. The darn thing smashed not one, but 3 of those lights on my head. That's when my wife says, okay, we got issues. We need to get this figured out. Yeah, I was like, that sounds good to me. I don't want to be waking up every morning to a wide open cuts on my head. But
Yeah, that's true. Wow. Yeah, it's not that bad here. Everything's quiet and just stands around, but it is still unnerving when you look and you see them. And I think I know who it is here too, but
aw, I just got a message from Shan. I said, I'm off today. I'm going to come see you. Come on.
put her to work. Get rid of some more of that Valsnaria. So did you have any problems with your products making it to the places they went to with the heat?
No, we had one death, and it was a blue Moscow guppy, and I don't know what happened with him. That was the only, out of 30 plus shipments I've sent over the last 2 weeks, one death, which it might have been that fish wasn't feeling good before we left. Who knows what the situation was? I don't know, but I feel pretty good about that. I don't like any deaths, but if one, I can accept that for as many. That's probably 300 fish that went out, 300 fish, shrimp.
Good morning, Brian, Motor City Aquatics. We were talking
Mr.
about you
Brian.
earlier. And so if you want to know what we said, you'll have to watch the replay. See, Sharpie has Zach the cat and Shadow, who is the youngest girl from likely 600 years ago. Brian, I think I got the right shrimp. Yeah, Sandy Farrell was asking me, she said, Dee Dee, how did you like your shrimp? And I thought, oh, and I had gotten some shrimp in from Brian. I said, oh, they're really great. And then something she said, and she said, the red ones. And I thought, well, the red ones that I got came from Papa Shrimp. And I'm thinking, I said, the ones from Papa Shrimp? Because the ones I got from Brian were, I think, blue steel. And somehow or another, he thought he sent me her shrimp. But I think I got the ones that I ordered. So I don't know what happened. And if I did get the ones that I ordered, I don't remember it. So don't worry about it.
We'll see you later there, Dr. Anthony.
Uh-oh. What was that?
That, my dear, was my remainder of my.
Oh, I thought maybe the spook was.
Oh, I see what's going on. I've got a fan blowing and it's blowing it over.
I thought maybe the spook was starting to throw stuff at you. I thought we were going to get to see something. Yay. I was all excited. See a live chasing right here. So
no, we don't want any of that.
I've got to go and get myself an order together. I want to order a brine shrimp hatchery. And there's something else that I need really bad, and I can't remember what it is. But I need it, whatever it was. And did I need to order it from KG Tropicals? or did I need to order it from Corey? Whatever it was that I needed, really, it's Corey. I need some more power heads. Has anybody gotten any of his power heads that he's got his name on?
All I've got is I use a lot of his sponge filters.
Well, his power head, the electrical cord on it must be a good 10 feet long. I don't care. Normally you have to have everything real close to an outlet. That one there, you can stretch it across 2 or 3 aquariums and still hook it in. He thought of that when he made that item. So very much appreciated, sir, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are. Oh, see, Brian said his wife is helping him, so maybe only one order went out wrong. Well, I think I'm good, Brian. If you just want to send me some shrimp because you want to, that's fine. But I think I got mine. So you never turn down shrimp. I'm up to 10 different kinds of shrimp now.
Wow. Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
From nothing to 10?
Pretty much. Well, last year I got some blue dreams from Brian, and I got some shadow pandas, the blue shadow pandas from Brian. I did get some red pandas, but they died off. I didn't get that many. But I still had those from 4th of July sale last year. And now
I think we're up to 9 or 10 now, too.
I bought from Papa Shrimp, too. I bought from Grant. And Papa Shrimp, I thought I was ordering some more of the same kind. And I must have typed a PBL, not a PRL. Because I get them in, it's like, but these don't look the same. And so I put them together because when I got the first PRLs, they were kind of black and white because of the stress. And then, like, in 2 days, they were the prettiest cranberry red you've ever seen. So I thought, oh, well, maybe these are stressed too. And I put them in there. Well, after like a week, they're like, these are still black and white. So I had to go get them and make another tank to separate them.
You had to literally split them up after you put them in because you thought they were the same, but they weren't the same. They were completely different, and you don't want to.
Yeah.
Shrimp. Yeah.
Yep.
So you have
And with them being so little, it really is hard to tell.
So you have 10 fish tanks right now set up with
10 shrimp tanks.
So you had 27 tanks. Now you're telling us you have 30.
No, I don't have 27. I think I'm up to.
I'm exaggerating.
Oh.
Now, mind you, Kenny, by this time she would have stopped counting. She's still counting.
I'm up to 24.
Yeah.
Well, one of them has just plants in it, and one of them is a sump that's not really connected to a sump. So I've got to make my decision to go back to the sump or put something in it to swim.
Well, me, all I do now is I just tell people I still don't have as much as Lucas or Grant, so I know I'm okay.
Well, I thought I didn't have any more room.
I think we're up.
I managed to make a stand that went over my triple that has a door. You can sit on it like a bench. So I can still move the lid up and down, and get in there and do those tanks. So I made that stand to hold. Now it holds 3. And then I even put a bookcase on the wall because I was inspired by Brian, Pepin Creek. He did one kind of over a window. It's like, well, if you can put one over a window, you can put one on a wall. And then, of course, y'all going to see my mess. But I made this stand and put a bowl there, put one there. But I'm going to try to work it where I can put 4 here instead of 3 because I still got one in another room. And, yeah, we like looking at it in there. It's just aggravating to feed and, do water and everything when everything else is in here except for that one tank. So I'm going to go get that and try to work it in here somewhere. But I can't get any more tanks. I don't have any more room at the end unless I go over tanks, which I did go over if you can see those bowls, I made a stand to go over the back half of a 40, and those three sit above a 40. The little fish bowls. So, but a 40 is kind of low, so you can still reach. But you can't put them over this; it'd be too high. I have to get on a ladder to do this, anyways.
We've got 5 tanks to set up. When those, well, I guess no, it's 7 tanks now to set up. But when those are set up, we're done. And I think that'll put us somewhere between the 89 to 92 range, and that's it. I do not want triple-digit tanks. I'm not going to do it.
Whew. Well, I always said I'm not going to have little tanks because they do take up a lot of time for the volume.
I don't like them because you have to sit there the whole time while you're maintaining them because they're so little you don't want to leave. You'll suck them dry, or when you're filling, you don't pay attention and you got a problem. So that's why I prefer the larger tanks. What's going on, Miss Kelly Foreman?
Good morning. Oh, she's hanging out with Bex today. They're going to Colorado Rocks, Colorado Aqua Rocks, or whatever the name of it's called. They're going that today and going out and having lunch. And
well, there's a name we haven't seen in a while. Miss
so
Gina French. What's going on, Gina?
Gina. Foxy Fishy. I got to get with you today, lady. We have some planning to do. Been looking at some fish. I want to ask her some questions.
I've got to run and put my check in when I get off of here, and then I got to run and grab a couple more things, and I got to do some shipping. Then I guess me and Shanna are going to hang out for a while today. So
cool. But I have to say, since I did that linear piston pump and everything runs off of that instead of all these little air pumps everywhere, it makes it a whole lot easier. And
yeah, I have one of my rooms with that. I think I would like to set up the rest. I just want to get one big one and have the whole downstairs on it. I think that would help with my electric problem too. I'm tired.
Well, now, if you didn't get a chance to watch TM Fish Mafia the other night, we had TM Aquatics on there. No. Mitchell Broom. We had Mitchell Broom on. And he actually showed us his equipment in his room and how he's got things hooked up and whatnot. And he's got it done nice. And he did it all a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. So he's got the automatic fillers, but yet he's got overflows, but everything's Wi-Fi, and even his water turns on with Wi-Fi. I don't know how you do that, but he's got it all done that way. But all his equipment and the way he's got his drains set up, and it's like, man,
I don't think I ever want to get that. I just got this thing. If I get that high tech, then I just have a feeling it's so easy not to be going down and getting your hands near or around your tank where you're looking in there every day. I mean, I think that's half the reason I stay away from the technology is I believe the first line of defense in your fish is you looking at them every day. If you see your fish, you immediately will know you got a problem. If you know your fish like I know.
However, if you do have automation, you're not spending 2 hours on this tank, and you can actually walk around your fish room.
Well,
I believe the opposite. I believe the opposite. Because I know everybody says that, but if you want to be looking in your tanks, you're going to be looking in them anyways. It's just now you don't have to worry about doing those mundane things that take time when you might want to do a rescape instead of, tank cleaning or whatnot. But, that's just my opinion.
I have several people in our club. You need to go automated with all these tanks now.
Mm-hmm. And,
I don't see me ever being automated.
I would like to have a water line so I don't have to run hose to fill up. That's what I would like. And
I like the fact where
pot fillers.
Yeah, I like the fact what Kenny just said. If you're not looking at your fish, you don't really know what's going on. And you can have 100 tanks, but as long as you go by and see them individually, you know what goes on. At least you keep track. I mean, finding a deceased fish anywhere in a tank is not good, but when you have fish that are 7, 8 years old, it's a natural sense of process.
It's gonna happen.
But when you look at a tank, I was like 2 dead today, 3 dead tomorrow. Wait, something's going on here. Or if you're looking at the tank and there's bubbles everywhere, why are the bubbles coming from? There's not a medicine in there that shouldn't be happening, and yet you're not noticing the fish gone, but you never know. Cory could have died. You're not counting the 20 Corys you have, and it's creating some sort of ammonia spike or something. You got to get into it ASAP.
Aw, I'm jealous, Kelly. I love horseback riding.
So
and that's like I'm learning this TDS meter thingy, which I know it's not the complete answer, but it's by taking the time and going around every tank and just checking it kind of helps me. All right, this is the tank I need to work on first. I might think it's this tank, but when you do the TDS, it's that tank. And so by doing that, that's a tool that has kind of helped me make decisions on which ones I need to work on.
But the
first.
way I do things, I've got over 130 species of fish in this house. If somebody comes in and says, Kenny, I want to see this, I promise you, I know where every fish is in every tank.
Yeah, well, that's awesome because I don't have nowhere near as many, so I know where mine are. But the fact that you can find your fish in each tank, but you like to look at them too, so.
That's all I'm in this for. I'm still a hobbyist more than a breeder. I love watching the thing.
And I think that's the one point that if you're a hobbyist, the automation could not deter from your time in your tanks.
Well, the thing is that I believe that when you're in the hobby for the hobby, we're in the hobby. So we're here for the fish. That's, my philosophy, Dee. It's the condition in the tank is according to the fish in that tank. It's not about this is different than that one and that one's different than this because I want a different look. No, the fish here are different than the fish there that are here, that are from the tetras or from the angels or from the rams or from the puffers. So each tank has its own parameters and vegetation and how it works and how the shrimp are living. So there's that adjustment that we make as hobbyists to make sure that our fish are the best environment that they can be. That's me. But if you're breeding fish for sales and stuff like that, you know where your fish are. Okay, I know that the example, right now you got 10 tanks with your shrimp. But if you were selling shrimp, you would still know which tank had which shrimp in it because you would just look at it. All right, these are my super reds. These are my sterling blues. These are my tiger bar. You know where they're going. But as a hobbyist, like Kenny was saying, you don't even have to go in the room. He can literally in his house, I believe it was LRB that was in his house, and LRB asked him, where's such and such fish? And we heard in the background Kenny saying, yeah, it's the second door to the right. Then you got to go left. Then you go down the stairs. Then you go back up. Then you come on the other side and you'll see the window. It's the one right there on the right. I was like, I'm exaggerating, but that's what Kenny did. And the fish were right there. So that's how I see it.
Yeah. And you'll even know if you have one of something in a tank, even though all the rest of them are somewhere else. I still got one straggler over there that I couldn't catch up. So, but yeah.
One thing is, like I told you, these two tanks are close to each other, and I have my swordtails on this end, and I got my shrimp and my baby tetras and all that, the black neon tetras and emperors over here. And if it wasn't in front of me, I would have never seen that one of my female Larry tail sword jumped from one tank to the other, and she had fry in that tank.
She's looking at me. Are you about done with this stuff? I'm tired of sitting here listening to you talk.
Oh, look at that tongue. Look at that tongue. Lick it. So, again, if you don't see it, you wouldn't know it. So that's how I see things like that. So it's also pretty cool.
Almost.
Well, y'all, I have the lineup for today and tomorrow. I do not know if Jess is having a members only stream or not, but it's in there just in case she does. And there may be some other things that changed, and they may or may not happen, but it's what I had to work with at the time. So that's what I have to do. I'd rather put it in and it not happen than not don't put it in and it
Thank you
did.
for all you do, Dee Dee. Do appreciate it. That's for sure.
Oh, you're welcome. I love doing this part. Well, I like lots of it, but anyways, here we go. Hold on to your seats, people. There's a 2-day live stream lineup coming up next. Be right back. Now for the Tuesday live streams in Eastern Standard Time. Stay tuned. We start off the morning with the Aquatic Morning Show on Main's Tails, Fur and Fins. That's Jess and the crew. 12:15 this afternoon, Chat Delight with Rico Stand. Fishy Talk on Lefty 32138 at 5. And at 6 is Danican Aquatics members only stream. And it's the Focus on stream on Victor Stand's channel at 6:30. It's Tuesday with Miss Susan on SLC Aquatics 7. At 7:30 is Boozle Aquatics and Hippie John the Fisherman. And at 8:30 is Scruffy City Aquatics. At 9 is Bentley Pasco. At 9 is also Catfish Terry. Yeehaw! And at 10 is Have a Beverage with Dr. Black on Dr. Black 66. At 11:30 is Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics with Brennan. And that concludes the Tuesday night lineup. Now for your Wednesday live streams in Eastern Standard Time. We start off with Father Fish at 9 a.m. Here's Joe's Shrimp Shack at 11. At 12:05 is the Aquatic Morning Show members only stream on Main's Tails, Fur and Fins. One o'clock, it's Bird Garden with Rack. And at 2 is Wednesday Weekly on Jimmy P's Aquariums. At 4, it's Kicked Off the Island with Skipper and the Professor. That's Skipper and Dr. Anthony on Skipper's channel. At 5, it's Brianna's Fish Fam. At 6, it's FishFam.link. Weekly stream on Liquid Zoo's channel. And at 6, it's also Wednesday with Bob and Pam on Taylor's Aquatics. At 7, it's In the Hot Seat on Rob 93. today is keeping it simple on Papa Shrimp. Who loves shrimp? I love shrimp. And at 9 is Dan's Fish. Also at 9 is Primetime Aquatics with Jason and Joanna. And at 10 you have Halfscape, Chance Kramer, and the Garden of Eden. I believe it will be on Chance's channel this week. And at 11 is Punchy Paints. That's Pam and Bob of Kaler's Aquatics. And Liquid Zoo. Thanks for making this information easy to find at fishfam.link and Lefty3213A. Thanks for your live stream calendar on your site as well.
Cool. Really cool. I mean,
Yeah, we'll see.
You do put that out too. So anywhere that I see Dee, you pop up and I'm like, oh, what's on today? I'll click on it and watch the video until I see the time. I'm like, yep, that's what I want. And I'll go there. But sometimes they don't pop up and they're not going, or they're going and they're not going, or they're not going, they're going, and then they change the hour and they're late. So it's good to have a nice setup, a schedule that it's like, that's what I want. I'm off at 3, so I want to see what's up at 5 o'clock. I want to see that. So that's.
Well, and you can also go to fishfam.link and click and see who's live, and say, I guess if you're scheduled on there, it'll show up no matter what time to go on, I think. But also on fishfam.link, if you have a live stream scheduled and you change your mind, and maybe you're going to be out of town for 2 weeks, send Matt an email so he can take it down, and that way, everybody's not, oh, okay, we're so-and-so, we're waiting. So somebody else can maybe get the spot for that night, or you take the night off, or whatever you want to do, because we all sort of have a routine. Oh, you muted again, good. But anyways, thank you, fellas, for popping up and rescuing me. Y'all are like the knights in shining armor. I know, Eduardo, you never thought anybody would ever call you that.
Yes. I'm shining. It's the shining armor of the counselor for everybody. Yes, of course.
Yes.
That's how it happened. So I'm always here and available, especially in the summer. You know that. And it was kind of cool seeing Kenny. I think this is the first time we've been up on stream together on the morning show. So, and you're all the way on the other side of, again, it's, I think, what time is it? 12 here? Is it what, like 8:30 in the morning over there? Is Kenny muted? Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock there for him.
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. here.
9 a.m. Yeah. So you've been up since 6 or 8 earlier.
6:30. Luckily, I was up a little early this morning.
Yeah, so was I when we got the news. And, of course, we were happy to know that you popped up, Dee, because I was like, okay, I don't have any buttons. What's this button do? And then just blow everything up. So.
Well, hey, I mean, it's not like I didn't come in and just play by the seat of my britches, too.
Well, you have at least some knowledge of the background scene of what to do, and you got your little buttons, and, you got your availabilities there. Me, I'm sort of like, okay, what am I going to do? Show fish? Show plants? I'm like...
You got to dance for 2 hours.
Of course, great. Thank you, everybody that came in today. It was really awesome. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out, because, Dee Dee needs likes. You know how self-conscious she is about her likes. And
yeah, I'll be checking that out, and my whole day will be going based off of that. So I'll either spend the afternoon crying if there wasn't as many likes as there was the day before. Not really, but, whatever.
But it was great. Thank you very much for having me. It was great being with you guys. Thank you so much.
You.
Nice seeing everybody after the little week hiatus that I have to take.
Kenny, got anything you'd like to add?
Just my norm. As always, love your fish.
Well, 3G, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for everybody that stuck around, even though we had some audio technical difficulties. But, you know, we did the best we could, and hopefully you enjoyed some of the show at least. And maybe you learned something, who knows? And if nothing else, you learned some sign language.
And at the same time, I do have earbuds, but when I go on, I didn't know, so that I have to go to the car, go get them, or go in the room, and I'm not going to go researching everything. I just do this. I hit the.
Well, you need to get another pair of earbuds just to keep right there on the porch that don't leave the porch, or your lanai, as they say in the Golden Girls world. But anyways, thank you everybody for coming. And since I only have access to one button and one song, guess what we get to hear on our way out? But I appreciate everybody being here, and see you on Thursday. Have a great day, y'all.
It's a live ever mosh pit. So watch it, don't knock it, drop and fry every day, ain't gon' stop it. People saying hey and whoa and take it slow, it's out of control, but they don't know I got a mother loving biome. Nature! So leave it alone, they're doing fine in a happy home. Making babies with their fathers and mothers and sisters and brothers is kinda gross, but you know that's the way it goes. Now I'm in the midst of a colony blitz. It all started with a batch of fry. The mama died, but the baby survived and grew up and thrived. Then the guppies kicked the breeding into overdrive. What was accidental and incremental blew up into an exponential and totally mental experimental hit. And the fish police threw a fit. I guess they just couldn't handle my live bearer mosh pit. Best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine. Stop the fish police! I'm making hybrids I desire to acquire and combine tire lines designed to inspire and surprise and advertise the rise of my monkey fighting live bearer empire. You looking all distraught, you think it's overstocked, but you got no shot to sway me, you're an afterthought. Yeah, I got guppies getting blitzed on duckweed. Had enough of these, well they don't stop and neither do we. You might call it a challenge, it's a foot per gallon. Your rationale is sound, but it's a little unfounded, 'cause I'm gonna be crowned as the best flippin' mud guppy breeder around. On this earth, then my mutts, I assert, are gonna make you a convert to a chaotic tank that doesn't take much effort or the hand of an expert. Look, all I did was rap and 5 guppies just gave birth. Best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish food, don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun. I got the new genetics for the color theoretics, a different aesthetic. It's cosmetic and frenetic. If you don't get it, I do. I got a vision, it's eidetic. And your derision, well, it's really quite pathetic. Now you see a bunch of platies, they're looking fatty. You think it's fatty, and the plants are overgrown, getting kinda ratty. It's alright, little laddie, just look me in the eye and tell me who's your daddy. Best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do about some algae? What, you afraid of shiznit getting too natural up in this biznatch? Good sir, dispose of your TDS meter, for it measures organic and inorganic solids, and it's more beneficial to learn the chemistry of your water. Thank you very much. If you wanna do like I do, fertilizing plants with fish poo, don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun.